Hi everyone, welcome to week 4 of the course. As hard as it is to believe, this means we are at the halfway point. And so we are well on our way to making progress here in this course. But that means this week is extra important since it is kind of the halfway mark for us. So here we are on the course content homepage, which you are getting very used to at this point. As usual, you're going to click on course materials, this number 2 here, and scroll down to week 4. This week we're discussing multicultural literature. This is a really good starting point for bringing diversity into the classroom. We're going to talk about a lot of kind of controversial topics this week, so come prepared for that. We're going to talk about social class, gender roles, race and ethnicity, disabilities, as well as emotional competence, and how you can use the literature to approach each of these in your classroom. You'll see the weekly objectives there and your to-do list. You have one chapter to read in the book. It's a really great overview of using children's literature in a multicultural way. And then you have a few books to select from that deal with different issues of multiculturalism and your week 4 discussion. In chat on Monday, February 6th, you're going to be presenting your Grand Caldecott findings, and we'll be choosing our Grand Caldecott book. And then this week you'll be working on your multicultural book analysis, which is actually a paper that you're going to be writing, but I'll go over that a little bit later. So if you'll click on the folder, there you'll see your week 4 presentation slides that you can download and have on your computer, or you can print and have those ready for you as we're going through the chat. I did give you a nice extra reading this week. This is optional, but I highly encourage it. So this is from a new anthology of children's short stories called Flying Lessons and Other Stories. All of the stories are written by diverse authors, and that is the intent. It says on the front cover that that was the intent of the book. So this is the very first story from that. It's by Matt De La Pena, who wrote Last Up on Market Street, which won the Newbery last year. And this is a really fantastic story about a young boy who plays basketball. And over the summer, he decides that he wants to go to this gym downtown where really good basketball players play. And he knows that he wants to be a basketball player, but it's really hard to get there. And so he decides that he'll go to this gym and play with these guys, and he'll learn from them, and it'll be great. Well, to get downtown, he has to ride with his dad. Because his dad works early morning shifts until late evening, he has to get up at, I think, 4:30 or 5 to go with his dad every day down to the gym. He then sleeps in the car for a couple of hours, goes to the gym and plays, and then meets his dad to go back home. And so through this short story, it's about him developing a relationship with his father, of course, by doing this trip every day. But then also this relationship with the guys at the gym and whether or not they're going to let him play basketball with them and how they view him. And there's a lot, he's a Hispanic American, so there's a lot in the story too about Hispanic culture as well as perspectives of different people on Hispanic culture. So it's really, really fantastic. The whole anthology is actually fantastic. It was published in January, so it's brand new. You also have your book choices. There are 4 books for you to select from. One Crazy Summer, which is by Rita Williams Garcia. It's about 3 little girls who go to stay with their mom over the summer, and she's actually a Black Panther. So it's so much fun, and it won 3 or 4 major awards the year that it was published, so pretty big deal. Listen Slowly is the new book by Tahana Lai. It is about Japanese Americans. Her first book is about her family actually coming to the United States from Japan and what that was like. Heart of a Samurai is about a young boy who is growing up in Asian culture. And then Revolution by Deborah Wiles is another new book. It was published last year, and it's about civil rights. So some pretty interesting books. The trailers are there for you to view and look through. For your multicultural book analysis project this week, you can certainly do it on one of these 4 books. So you read Revolution, you can do the project on Revolution, or you can pick another book. You do not have to select one of these. You have to read one of these, but you don't have to do your project on one of these. You'll see the book for discussion questions board, and then the chat link for our chat on Monday. As always, if you'll go back into the course materials, you can come into course assignments, descriptions, rubrics. Click on the Multicultural Book Analysis Project. It's due Monday, February 13th, and you'll see the submission tab, your rubric, and the directions. For this project, just to briefly summarize, you're going to choose a book. It can be, like I said, one of the 4 required readings for this week, one of those, or it can be any other book that you choose. And you're going to, in your paper, write a short summary of the book, kind of give an overview, and give your evaluation. What did you like about the book? What did you not like about the book? What was done well? What do you think was not done well? Then you're going to do a 3-part analysis where you're going to look at 3 different factors related to social cultural identity. And we'll talk about that in class. And you're going to analyze how the book approaches each of those 3 things. Now, it's okay if it doesn't do it well, because that's hard. So if your conclusion is that the book does not address race in a positive way, you can talk about that. And you'll provide examples from the book to support what you find. And then in the last part of your paper, you're going to provide some recommendations of how teachers could use this book in the classroom to teach those 3 sociocultural identities that you talked about in your paper. And we'll, like I said, discuss that a little bit more in chat on Monday. So if you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, it's going to be a great week to get us over the halfway mark.